right. We call it the Goldilocks number. You know, not too hot, not too cold. I was a little disappointed. I thought we'd do a little better. I mean, it came in at what was it, 559,000, but it was, yeah, we were looking for 671,000. Came in a little lower, but if you look at April's 200 and what was it, 266,000, much better than April. So you're seeing things gradually come back. I was concerned that people have been getting these checks. They weren't going to come back at all, but it seems they are starting to come back. Checks are starting to fizzle out a little here. And I think some people want to get back to work. And now a lot of employees are offering their employees work at home. We're happy with that. And I think that's what you're going to see. More and more people are going to be working at home, getting productivity done, and having more time off. It's good for the economy. And here in New York, I'm noticing restaurants are opening again. Cipriani's, I'm having dinner in Cipriani's next week. That's been closed since like March uptown. So they're opening up. The Grand Hotel now is back for brunches there in Soho. So things are starting to open up a little here. And that's a good sign, too. And I think you're going to see more and more tourists maybe even come back to New York this summer. You know, they're saying, I think, 70% of the country's vaccinated already. And I'm not a big believer in the vaccination, believe it or not. But, I mean, that's good, I think, for the country. And people are taking advantage of it and starting to travel again. Air traffic's up. Disney World's starting to get more and more people planning to come down there this summer and out in California. So overall, things are starting to get back. We just don't want to see a resurgence in the virus. We hope the vaccine does work. We hope there's no ancillary effects on people. And it brings the economy back. So we'll have to wait and see. But right now, things are moving slowly, but they are moving in the right direction. No, I think inflation is the problem. We're going to have to watch it. And that was because we printed too much money, you know. So I believe inflation, and you're seeing it pick up. I mean, I went shopping last night at the grocery store, and prices are definitely up a little, but they're going up, and that we don't like to see. And we all know about the lumber and building costs. They're still high. Lumber's come down a little, but it's still high from where it was a year ago. So there is pockets of inflation that are really getting bigger, and we'll see how that translates in the fall. But that we have to keep an eye on. We don't want to see inflation. That's hard to kick back once it gets going. AMC, as we've seen the last few days, has been all over the map. I think as the economy gets better and as more and more people feel comfortable going out to restaurants, they'll go out to movie theaters. We have some big blockbusters coming out. Tom Cruise is coming out with a big movie this fall. I don't think it's coming out in the summer. I'm not sure. But a lot of them are coming out. I mean, streaming has worked for this period, but it's not going to draw the crowds that a real movie theater does, that experience of going to a theater and seeing it on a big screen. So I think that looks like it may come back slowly, but it may come back. And I think the economy in general will start to come back. I think there'll always be a market for petroleum. As much as we like electric cars and electric boats now and things of that nature, petroleum's here for forever, I believe. I mean, it's just more practical. I don't know anywhere to charge a car, say electric, in New York City. I have no idea where people would do that. So I think from a practical point of view, we'll see that control. And then heating oil. Heating oil is going to be here for a long, long time, too. It's going to beat electric. So overall, I think the petroleum market is going to get stronger. Remember, petroleum really takes off in the winter. Summer, too, of course, with drive time. But the winter, more and more oil companies heat with oil than drive with oil, especially here in the Northeast, across the whole northern tier of the world. So I think oil is here to stay. I'm not really worried about the ups and downs of oil. Of course, it took a hit when people stopped driving altogether. Gasoline is a big part of that market, but heating oil is a huge part of that market. And I think that's here to stay. Right. Well, listen, I think Dogecoin is fun to own because you can't get hurt. I mean, what are you going to lose? The most, 36 cents. If it goes bankrupt, you still get a penny, you know? So, I mean, you're not going to lose a lot. The big cryptos like Bitcoin, you can get hurt. And I can see why companies aren't going to, Elon Musk is 100% right. How are you going to judge your books? I mean, if you buy Bitcoin for, I don't know, say 50,000 in the morning, and then you give it to say a car dealership to buy a car, and you give him a $50,000 coin for crypto, and at the end of the day, when he judges his book, it's only worth 30,000. It's not going to work. So I think crypto's got a long way to go. They got to figure a way to make it stable. But that's the problem. If you make crypto stable, you have a gold coin or a dollar. So I mean, they're stuck between a rock and a hard place, because the action is in the volatility for a lot of these traders. But if you make it for domestic use and industrial use, you need something stable. It's got to be backed by something. It can't be backed by air. We all know that Dogecoin's great. I love it. It's a lot of fun. I mean, if it goes to $1, I'm selling it, and it could get higher depending on the market. But it's not something. It's something you can lose everything on and still sleep at night. But Bitcoin, if you lose even half, you're up biting your nails all night. So I mean, it's just one of these things. I don't see how they can do it. They'll have to back it either by gold, and then it becomes just a gold coin. So it's going to be interesting to see where the cryptos go. But I agree with Elon Musk. I think it's time to take a serious look, and it's not the time to buy cars with it. I think the manufacturer is going to get beat.